Hi friends, Living Fit with Laura on this beautiful, beautiful day. Want to comment briefly that even though I teach us to keep our mind off ourselves, that does not mean that we are not to be aware of ourselves, aware of how our behavior might affect other people. For example, those of my friends with depression need to be extra careful about how we come across and how we might be perceived by other people. This is why. It is a human tendency to be self-absorbed anyway. And for those of my friends with depression, put my sunglasses on, it is extra tempting to be self-absorbed. Poor pitiful me, I feel horrible, I feel bad. I have genetic depression. It is like a 50-pound kettlebell sitting on my head, and I view that as an opportunity to be mindful, to not focus on myself. I have noticed a couple of people that I know who have clinical depression. It is pretty obvious because, and this is what we do not want to do, I'd like to encourage us not to do this or be aware when we do it. These individuals never smile and they never engage with other people. They have sort of a forlorn, sad, gloomy demeanor to them. Woe is me. Now, they probably are not aware of it. I certainly, many times, have been not aware of how, if when I am depressed, I might bring others down. But the point I'm making is we must be aware of ourselves, and we must be more aware of how our moods might have a depressive effect on other people. So let's take inventory. While we do not focus on ourselves, we are aware of how our depressive mood might put another person off. So on this very beautiful day, we are grateful for our lives. We say, "This is the day my Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in the day." To summarize, those are my friends with depression or quote unquote a tendency to be melancholy. Let's be extra careful to stay aware of how our behavior affects other people. While we are not self-absorbed and we do not live in the little me bubble, if we are in a social situation, for example, church, or any situation where we are around other people, which is quite often, let's take off the depressive hat. Be aware of that. If we have a gloomy, forlorn, woe is me demeanor, people who do not understand depression might feel put off. They might feel like you're not interested in them. They might feel like you're unfriendly. I have seen this in myself back in the old days, years ago, when I was very, very self-absorbed and about being depressed. Now I make it a deliberate decision to be mindful of how I might impact other people. I make a deliberate decision many times a day to focus off myself and engage, smile, and focus on other people. We have a plan to help other people. What is the plan? Purposefully lifting another's need. So on this beautiful day, we decide not to walk around with our shoulders hunched, not to walk around never smiling, with a forlorn, woe is me, sad, gloomy look on our face, because are we being a blessing to other people or a burden? We are being a burden. Let's be aware that when we are out and about, like maybe in the grocery store, doing errands, let's put a smile on our face. It's actually takes less muscles to smile than frown. You'd be surprised how much better you feel when you simply deliberately smile, when we simply deliberately engage in other people and take an interest in other people. The world does not revolve around us. There are other people who have it worse than us. So let's get over ourselves. Let's put on the big boy pants. Let's ditch the babysitter, ditch the diapers, grow up and take responsibility for those depressive thoughts that might otherwise put off or make uncomfortable people around us, people that might not have any clue on how bad we're feeling. So Living Fit with Laura, to get and stay sane, stable, serene, and strong, encouraging us to be aware of how our behaviors affect others. On the other side of the coin is being the narcissist and always monologuing about ourselves and never asking other people how they are. Remember, a conversation is two people turn-taking conversation, and the most ignored skill, relationship skill, is listening. A conversation is mostly listening, reflecting back on what other people are saying. I know because when my mom passed away, people who I thought were my friends, when I mentioned it, they would go on back to what they were talking about. They wouldn't even comment. It's like they were so focused on what they're talking about. And I no longer engage with those people. I just figure they're very self-absorbed, just like most people are. On this beautiful day, let's continue moving forward to those things that lie ahead, putting behind us those things that lie behind, keeping our eyes focused on the sun, the eternal things, remembering that we build our house on a rock. We don't build our house, we don't focus or worship depression, we don't focus or worship on ourselves, we don't focus or worship our activities. So let's be very careful. The two extremes I've talked about are being so depressed that we are unaware that we have a sad, forlorn, gloomy demeanor and might be making other people uncomfortable. Number two, let's be aware when we are monologuing about ourselves, it's all about us. That also is a huge turnoff, and it is also not a way to go through life. Both ways, unfortunately, rob us of the opportunity to get to know other people. It robs us of the opportunity to see another person's tears and to minister to other people and learn about other people. So let's grow up, show up, and never give up on this beautiful day. Living Fit with Laura, to get and stay sane, stable, serene, and strong. I'm proud of you. Keep it up.